thing, dash from a sample is used to estimate a population dash. So here the point is, whatever you calculate using the sample, that is called statistics. Whatever is the real characteristics of the population, that is called a parameter. So what is the correct option for this particular question? Option number? Option C. Statistics is used to estimate the parameter. That's all. How the children are behaving, by seeing that, you can judge on the population, I mean parents. So using the sample, you can judge on the population. So that is the other thing. Third one. What is the area contained within plus or minus 3 standard deviation of a normal curve? What do you think will be the correct answer here? What is the area contained within plus or minus 3 standard deviation of a normal curve? Opili Nivas, you are expected to come on video. 90?
99.73, sir.
All right, 99.73 is the correct answer. Which of the following is the most common distribution? Normal distribution, Gaussian distribution, bell curve, all of the above. What do you think is the correct answer?
Actually, I selected all the above.
All of the above. Very good, right? Opili Nivas, you are not participating. Opili. Then you will pay the price for it. All right. Opili, irkingla, are you there? Right. So control limits of a process can be calculated using dash data. Specification limits will be provided by the dash. So control limits will be calculated using process data. Specification limits will be provided by the customer. So the answer is option C. According to central limit theorem, regardless of the population from which data is drawn, the sampling distribution of the mean will be normally distributed. See here, this is a very tricky question. Opili, come. So we are discussing the questions, which is very important, right? So central limit theorem, what the central limit theorem is telling, if the population is normally distributed, then the distribution of, oh, so many people are there in the meeting, that's great. Then the distribution of sample mean will also follow normal distribution, provided one condition. Sample size should be sufficiently large. But look at the statement, sample size, they did not talk about sample size. So can you say always correct? Can you choose always correct? One condition is missing. What is that condition? Sample size should be sufficiently large. If the sample size is sufficiently large, then the distribution of sample mean will follow normal distribution. So here the answer is conditionally correct. Why it is conditionally correct? If sample size is large, yes, the distribution of the sample mean will follow normal. Suppose if the sample size is less, what will happen? It may not follow normal distribution. That is the reason why conditionally correct. So you have to just spend some time in reading the definition of central limit theorem so that you will better appreciate. All of you, shall we proceed?
Okay, sir.
For a normal distribution, 2 standard deviation on each side of the mean would include what percentage of the total population? I expect answers from you people.
99.73.
Oh, earlier also for 3 standard deviation you told 99.73. Now it is 2 standard deviation. How can the same answer can come for 2 questions?
95.45.
95.45. That's all. See, there are 8 people here in the meeting. Whoever knows the answer, you please tell the answer. All others will benefit out of your answer. All right. So this is 95.459. I hope all of you are very clear now, right? Now, the final exam score of an institute has a mean score of 74 and a standard deviation of 6.8. The exam score follows a normal distribution. What is the distribution for the mean exam score of 50 students? Can one of you read out this particular line alone?
What is the distribution for the mean
exam score?
score of
For
50
50
students?
See, there are three types of distribution available: population, sample, and last one, sample mean. What is that? Population, sample, sample mean. So they are talking about sample mean.
X bar X.
Sample mean means
X
no?
bar X.
Yeah, X bar. Sample means X bar. Either the first one or the second one. And now,
Second is the correct answer, sir.
very good. Second is the correct answer, because when you have the first one, what is this standard deviation? This is distribution of the population. But what are they talking about? They are talking about distribution of the
student.
distribution of the sample mean. See, first of all, you need to understand there are three distribution. But one is population. Hope all of you are familiar with the word population.
Yes.
Another thing is sample. Third one is sample mean. How many of you understand my language? Right? My God. Yes. See,
Yes, sir.
in a school, let us say there are 1,000 students. All 1,000 students put together is called population. All of you understand what is population?
Yes.
Now I want to know whether the school is good or bad. I randomly talk to 10 students in the school. The 10 student is a sample. Now, another method. I know the school has classes from first standard to 10th standard. Now, how many sections are there? 10 sections. Now I take sample from each section. First section, first standard 5 students. Second standard 5 students. Third standard 5 students. 10 sections. 10 into 5. Totally 50 samples. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, from every class, how many samples I have taken? 5. This 5 sample together is called a subgroup. 5 sample together is called subgroup. Now, there are 10 subgroup I have taken. For the subgroup, I will calculate a mean. For the subgroup, I will calculate a mean. Mean means average. Subgroup average. How many subgroup average I will have?
5.
10.
10.
10 subgroups I have.
Yes.
So 10 subgroup average I will have. This 10 points when you visualize, that is called distribution of sample means. Third distribution. All 1,000 students when I visualize, that is population. Randomly 10 students when I visualize, that is sample. But 10 subgroup average when I visualize, that is called distribution of sample means. There is an advantage actually. If you understand all these things, you will love to work with the sample mean only. So option B is the answer, correct answer.
Okay.
Right? Now, control chart is a quality control tool that helps in determining whether your process is statistically in control or not, capable or not, good or not, none. What do you think control chart will help you? What do you think the purpose of control chart? Option A, beautiful, correct answer. Why I am not going for second option, capable? Capable means you have to compare the control limit with the specification limit. Control chart as such will not have specification limit. Control chart will only have control limit. It will only tell you whether the process is under control or not. Option A is the correct answer. All of you understand?
Yes, sir.
Very good. What is the area contained within -1 and +2 standard deviation of a normal curve? This, in fact, I have taught you in one of the Wednesday class. Anybody here, do you know how to solve this? Then I will teach it using Minitab. Is that okay?
Sure.
-1 and +2, because teaching logic and other things, then this class will go up to 10 o'clock. I want to finish by 9. Today I'm going for Ponniyin Selvan. Ponniyin Selvan. Yes.
Yes, one.
For 10 o'clock, 10:30 show. So I'll finish this by 9 o'clock. Just a second. So Minitab is ready. Minitab, can all of you see my Minitab screen now?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So go to graph, go to probability distribution plot, view probability, okay. I need standard normal distribution. So choose normal here, mean equal to 0, standard deviation equal to 1. When I give all this option, now I am referring to standard normal distribution. Go to shaded area. I want the area between the points. Area between the point means last one. Can you see the gray? Can you see the gray area between two lines? When you click this, and also this option x value, and the last one, you will have 2 points.
-1 and 2.
This side is -1. This side is
Plus
+2. What is the area between -1 and +2? Now Minitab will throw away the answer. How much is the answer?
0.18.
0.8186. That means 81.86. Let me see whether 81.86 is there or not. 81.86. Can you see a close answer here? 81.85.
Yes.
Better answer, right? Don't expect for full perfection. 81.85 is the correct answer. So the answer is B.
B.
All of you agree with me?
Agreed.
Right.
Yes, yes, sir.
If a failure is detected before dispatching the product, it is called internal failure or external failure?
Internal failure.
Internal, sir.
Very good. So I don't need to spend time here. Select the correct statement. If p-value is less than significance level, we reject the null. Straight away I have read the correct statement. Am I correct? If p-value is less than the significance level, we reject the null.
Yes.
Second option. Let me read the second option also. Variation observed is significant if it falls in the critical region. This is also correct. Negative critical value is a point on the x-axis where the critical region ends, and positive critical value is a point on the x-axis where the critical region begins. This is also correct. So the answer for this question is all the options. DMAC is used for projects aimed at improving an existing business process, creating a new product, both, none. What is your option?
Both.
Existing.
Both the end.
NPA, sir.
No.
Existing.
DMAC is used for improving existing process.
DMAC V is used for creating new products.
For new product, you have DMAC V.
Yeah.
So this is the fundamental question, right? So answer is option A.
Yes.
A Six Sigma white belt. I hope all of you know the meaning of white belt, right? White belt means he knows the basics, he knows the fundamental, he knows quality is important, he knows discipline is important, then he is white belt. But he can't participate in a project at all. Look for a statement favoring a white belt, the basic qualification. UCL stands for, what is your option?
Upper control limit.
Upper control limit or upper customer limit or upper critical limit or upper control line?
Upper control limit.
Very good, right? You should not get confused. Upper control limit is the answer. Very good. Dash will be the measure of central tendency for the given data set. Dash will be the measure of central tendency. You want to use mean or you want to use median?
Median.
Why median? Can somebody tell me?
Central tendency.
Dash will be the best measure. Mean is also central tendency, median also central tendency, mode also central tendency. But in this case,
Where number of samples are more.
check whether there are any outliers. All the numbers are close to each other.
Yes.
Then go for the mean. Right? The primary factor in the successful implementation of Six Sigma. What do you think, which is very, very essential for success of Six Sigma? Tell me. Is it lack of resource, or no? Is it training is not proper? Is it customer requirement is not explicit, or is it the support and leadership of the top management? What do you think is very essential?
Necessary
Yes,
resources.
sir. Resources, sir.
Are you sure? If I provide resources, will you make the project successful?
No, sir, D will be the answer.
Qualified resource. Maybe trained resource.
Training, is it training? Primary factor. See, all are factor. They are talking about primary factor. What is the first thing that is required? See, all of you, no, all of you are here in the classroom.
Customer requirement.
No, no, let me come. All of you are here in the classroom today. Is it because of me scheduled to the classroom, or is it because of your own interest? Which is because of the own interest. All of you now wanted to clear the exam, so all of you are here. Similarly, in your company, your management should first decide to give you the support. Then only project will produce result. Six Sigma is a top-driven approach. Six Sigma is a top-driven approach. The support and leadership of top management is the primary factor. Then only Six Sigma project can be, executed and results can be delivered. All of you agree with me on this? Resources are required, training is required, and customer requirement must be understood. But over and above, on top of everything, your top management should provide you the support, right? That is the primary thing, right? The primary reason most companies implement Six Sigma. Again, why your company should implement Six Sigma? Which is primary again?
Reduce defects, sir.
Reduce defects. Then you don't want to improve process.
Profit,
You don't want to improve profit. You don't want to increase customer satisfaction.
Increase customer satisfaction, sir. At last, we are increasing the customer satisfaction.
I love my company also. I love the salary also. But which is most important?
Ultimately, it will result in profit, sir.
Ultimately, it should result in profit, right? This is the primary reason. The word primary is very important because all the four answers are correct answer. Whether
improve profit.
You work in the company, is it because we love the environment, or we work in the company because we are paid salary? So we need to be very have a honest answer. So same way, companies also implement Six Sigma because they know it can improve their profit, right? Good. Quality is driven by customer, process, employee, all the factors.
All the factors.
All the factors.
Very good. In long term, a Six Sigma process will produce a yield of what should be the correct option here?
A.
73.
A or B or C or D?
9. A, sir. 99.7.
You remember in one question you all told me plus or minus 3 sigma, the result is 99.73.
Yes, same.
Now I am asking plus or minus 6 sigma. 6 sigma process means right side 6 sigma, left side also 6 sigma. It will be more than 99.73 first of all. And in the class I have clearly explained there is an elephant process, there is a giraffe process. The giraffe process is the Six Sigma process where the success rate is 99.99966%. From this only 3.4 is coming, 3.4 DPMO. So answer is B. All right. Dash comes from business, dash is provided by the customer.
VOB, VOC, sir.
VOB comes from business and VOC is provided by the customer. That means answer is D.
D.
Typically, which of the following activity is done earliest in the formation of a project team? What do you think? These are theoretical questions. You can easily, if you brainstorm, you yourself will get the answer. What is the first thing you should do? Will you form the team first? Or will you identify the objective? Or will you identify the sponsor? Or will you allocate the resources?
Allocate the resources.
What is the order? Which
First,
of the following?
identify the objective, sir.
Find the objective. This is the first step. The customer segment complains about delayed delivery. So the CTQ is delivery timeline.
Delivery time.
a problem statement will not mention reason why the problem exists. If you are able to tell the reason, that is not a problem, that is root cause. So answer D. Which of the following requirement should be excluded from the product? Basic feature, performance feature, excitement or delight feature, or reverse feature. Reverse feature means something bad. When I give more, people feel bad about the product. For example, giving all the questions very tough, and that definitely people don't like, right? Something, it will produce a reverse effect. You can understand. So that's a reverse feature, right? So hand wash provision in a restaurant is a must be. Must be means it is
Dissatisfier.
dissatisfier. Fantastic. Dissatisfier, and therefore must be factor. To capture the voice of the customer, it is important to collect data from a large representative sample of the target customer base. To collect this data, Six Sigma practitioner can use this question we discussed in the training.
Survey and
Surveys and questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Can one of you read the question for me? I'll only tell the answer.
If a customer segment complains about a longer transaction, a metric that can be used to
Track the performance.
track performance.
So problem is a longer transaction. So a metric that should be used is transaction time. It is a simple question. A Six Sigma team has been formed to improve an existing process. Which of the following should the team use first to gain a clear understanding of the correct process? Which of the tool the team should flowchart, that's all. Who told the answer? Deepaka?
no, sir.
Sunila?
Really, yes, sir.
Oh, great. So flowchart is the first thing you need to look at, right? Okay. Which of the following is an important responsibility of a project champion? Leading the team, allocating resources, documenting the progress, coaching the team. What do you think? The responsibility of a champion.
Allocation, sir.
Very good. Very good. Loan application document was incorrectly filled. Is this the voice of customer or voice of business? Loan application document was incorrectly filled.
Voice of customer.
Voice of customer. So loan application form is submitted by you in the bank, and somebody now checks your form and come to and makes this kind of statement. Document was incorrectly filled, isn't it? So this is voice of business. Project scope can be limited by the following factors: geography, department, demography, 10-year financial project. I think the last one, right? You can use geography as a boundary. You can use department as a boundary. You can use demography as a boundary, but this is something irrelevant. The person who leads the effort to improve a process, who is he called? The person who leads the effort, entire effort is led by him. The effort is nothing but project, right?
Project lead.
Project lead, that's all. Decreasing the casting defects from some percentage to other percentage by end of January 2020 is an example of what is this statement? Decreasing the defect. Do you think it is a business case?
Whole statement.
Whole statement.
Whole statement. Beautiful. For a certain process, CP equal to 1.43, CPK equal to 0.93. What action are you likely to take? Anybody here who can figure out the correct answer? What action are you like?
Variation. Reduce variation. Since
Very good, I agree. Reduce variation.
Since the mean is almost there.
Do you want to move the mean also?
1.33 for non-critical process, so 1.43 is already there.
Move the mean and reduce variation.
Very good. See, there is nothing mentioned about criticality. So you please assume the process as critical. Since nothing is mentioned, we will consider the process as critical, number one. And then you need to look at the value. look here, both of them are less than 1.67 and both of them are different. If both of them are different, you should move the mean. You should necessarily move the mean if CP and CPK are different. You must necessarily reduce the variation if you are not happy with the CP. Are you happy with the CP now? If you think the process is non-critical, then you should be happy. But if you think the process is critical, are you still happy? Not happy.
1.67 is the right point.
So you reduce the variation also. So option B is the correct answer. So which is the correct equation here? What do you think? Oh, a Six Sigma process is defined as the process which has the following capability. In a long term, the capability will be 4.5. In long term, the capability will be 6 sigma. In short term and long term, same capability. What do you think a 6 sigma process, the definition of the 6 sigma process will be? Option C. A 6 sigma process in short term will eventually drop down to 4.5 sigma. Do you remember we discussed this? We had a separate session on day 2, I believe. Again, the elephant and giraffe example. All right. Find the sample size. Find the sample size. Hypothesized difference is 0.5. It is Z test. Z test means average. Population standard deviation is 0.75. Power of the test is 0.95. Confidence level is 0.95. In order to do this, I thought, can you all please remember the value? 95, 95, 0.75, 0.5. We should go to Minitab. Hope all of you could see my Minitab. And go to Stat. There is a sample size calculator. Can you see here? Power and sample size. Can you see power and sample size?
Yes.
Now go to one sample Z test, because in the question they are talking about one sample Z test. Sample size we don't know. What is the hypothesized difference they told? 0.5. What is the power they have given? 0.95.
0.95.
What is the standard deviation they have given? 0.75. Option. What is the level of significance they said? What is the level of significance?
0.6.
No, I think significance level is given as, let me see you. Confidence level is 0.95. When confidence level is 0.95, what is the level of significance? 0.05.
0.05.
Very good. So go to 0.05. Yes, everything is given there. Okay. Again give okay. What is the sample size?
30.
The sample size 30. So we'll go to the question. Can you see 30 here?
Yes.
That's all. And this is a problem. A KPO process 30-minute compute the ZST value. See here, a KPO process reimbursement received. The time to process the refund is 30 minutes and customer expect the invoice to be processed between 25 and 35 minutes.
Upper limit is 25, lower limit is 30.
Very good. Upper limit is 35, lower limit is 25. And now expect target is 30 minutes. That is fine. But the point is process average and standard deviation required. For process average and standard deviation, you must refer to the data. What is the file name given here?
MTW.
Refund.mtw. Do you remember I gave an Excel sheet, Excel calculator, sigma level calculator?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
In that data is available. In that data is available. And maybe I will show that. Since Sigma level calculator. Where is it? So I have already shared this file, and the same thing I'm just opening here. It's an Excel file. See, this Excel file is very user friendly. You simply type the values, it will throw the result. See here, all the data are also here. Refund will also be here. I think refund is available. Yeah, can you see refund here?
Yes, sir.
Now you just have to find out the mean and standard deviation. How to get the mean? Equal to mean
Average.
by average. Average is 22.09. Then standard deviation of the sample from here to so mean is available, standard deviation available, right? Now what is required? Is that ST, am I right?
Okay.
So is that ST? This is for CPCPK, sigma level calculator. See here, mean, standard deviation, USL, LSL. Let me have the mean standard deviation here. Mean 22.0922. Standard deviation 5.96293. What is the LSL? 25. USL 35. I have given everything. Sigma level, short term sigma level is 0.97. Let me check whether it is working out. I think 0.97 is here. Can you see, notice here?
Yes.
That's all, right? So you must a little familiar with using the Excel template, the tools, right? So tools can save your time. So choose the correct statement. So please, okay, let me help this also. CP can be greater than CPK. CP can be greater than CPK, but never the same as CPK. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. So CP, CPK can be same. CP can be better than, CP can be more than CPK. So we need to find out the correct statement. The first statement, wrong. CP can be greater than or equal to CPK. How many of you agree this statement? CP can be greater than CPK or equal to CPK. Do you think the statement is correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So that is the correct answer, right? And CPK is, oh, choose the correct one. CPK can be greater than. Choose CPK can be. Okay. Yes, you are right. So this option B is the correct answer. Second one also looks correct, but if you read the grammar properly, then you will know. CPK is always less than CPK. Okay, anyway, option B is the correct answer. Then which of the following is not usually an element in measurement system? Guidelines for making the measurement, nothing but operational definition. The assessor, the person who is collecting the data, the measurement standard, the standard reference. Team leader is not part of the measurement system. Hope all of you find it easier. For a process CP equal to 0.94, CPK equal to 0.33. Process is not capable. What action will you take? Can one of you correctly answer this? We have already discussed this.
A.
Reduce the variation, sir.
D.
Sorry, D is the
Sorry, both D, sir. D.
D, sir.
move the mean to the packet and reduce variance.
They are saying D. Am I right?
Yes, sir. D.
Very good. Correct. 3,000 dishes are inspected. 60 are defective. How to answer this? 60 out of 3,000 are gone. Go to Excel calculator. Discrete data situation. 60 out of 3,000. See here, defective situation 3. 3,000 is already there. Here you type 60. Now what is the DPMO? 20,000. What is the ZLT, ZST, everything available. What is asked in the question? ZLT 2.05. ZST 3.55. Let us see. ZST 3.55. ZST, can you see 3.55 here?
Yes.
For a certain process, CP equal to 0.93, CPK also 0.93. What action you are likely to take now? Both are same. Will you move the mean?
Reduce.
Reduce variation. Beautiful. You don't have to move the mean. Why are you not moving the mean now?
Both are same.
Both are same.
Same. Beautiful. Which of the following is an example of continuous data? Continuous data means measurable. Continuous data means it will have decimal. Continuous data means this will have a physical unit of measurement. Diameter. Diameter can be measured in millimeter, centimeter, kilometer. Am I right? So that is the continuous data. If you can attach a dimension, a physical unit of measurement, then it is continuous data. All of you agree? Yes. An extrusion die is used to produce aluminum rod. The diameter of the rod is a critical to quality characteristics. Specification are 0.5035 plus or minus 0.0020. Can you get the USL, LCL here?
Yes.
Process average. Process average is given. Process standard deviation is given. Similar to the refund problem. But now what is to be calculated? CP. 0.5035. Remember all the value. Typical for me. So 0.50. Now I will come to CPCPK. Can you see my CPCPK calculator? What is USL? 0.50. 0.5035 plus 0.0020. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
0.5035 here, right? So that is USL. LSL 0.5015. Process mean and standard deviation. Process mean is how much? 0.5031. Process standard deviation?
0.0002.
Okay. So let us type here 0.5031. 0.002. What is the CP?
3.33.
Do you see 3.33 here in the option?
Yes.
That's all. The dimension of a particular part should be between 225 and 230. What is 225? LSL. I need answers, right? 230 is USL. And the operator collected 100 parts. Process average is 226. Standard deviation is 0.4. Please tell me, will you be able to do this problem on your own now? Will you be able to do it on your own now? Same problem, right? Problem nale konjam allergy da irukku ellarkum alla. Repeatedly same problem. You have USL, you have LSL, you have average, you have standard deviation. Type the value, that's all. You will get ZLT, ZST. Shall I skip this problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In MSA study, based on variance. Based on variance means total variation equal to measurement variation plus part to part variation. So measurement variation is here, total variation is here, part to part variation you have to find out. What is the equation I said? Total variation equal to measurement variation plus part to part variation. Now what are you supposed to find? Part to part variation. Part to part variation is total variation
minus.
Very good. Total variation minus measurement variation. So 0.6 minus 0.5. Whatever is the answer coming, that you have to choose. This is a theory question. You are asked to find out the correct null hypothesis. Null hypothesis means H0 or HA. What is your understanding?
H0.
H0. You have 3 H0 here. Null hypothesis will have a equal to symbol. Am I correct? Here less than symbol, here more than symbol, here equal to symbol. So which is correct?
Equals.
Option D. Which of the following is not true about ANOVA? All are correct. As the name suggests, it is used to compare variances. No. See, look at the first statement. As the name suggests, ANOVA is used to compare variances. Can anyone here answer what is that ANOVA is helping you? ANOVA is comparing variance or average?
Analysis of variance.
Analysis of variance. But what is that you compare? Do you compare the average of multiple group or do you compare the average of the variance of multiple group? You compare average.
Mean.
ANOVA is also comparing the mean only. So in that sense, the first statement becomes wrong. Variance is used in the calculation. Is to check whether one of the mean is significantly different. Right? Please understand. Z-test for one sample or one sample t-test for one sample. For two sample t-test. More than two sample, it is ANOVA. But all the three compares only mean. So option A is wrong. In one way ANOVA, the calculated F is less than the table value. When the calculated F is more than the table value, then only you should reject the null. But here calculated F is less. So fail to reject the hypothesis. Option 1 is the correct answer. In one way ANOVA, with 4 levels of a factor without replication, the total degree of freedom. One way ANOVA with 4 levels of a factor. One factor, 4 level. Minimum how many experiment you should do?
3. 4 minus 1.
Minimum 4 experiment you should do. So degree of freedom will be 4 minus 1, 3. Answer is 3. And this problem requires some data. Data is given here. And you just have to check whether the p-value is less than 0.05 or not. And this is actually turnaround time. Turnaround time is continuous data. So you should go for ANOVA. You have to confirm whether there is significance is there or not. Option B says there is no significant difference. Option D says there is significant difference. When will you say there is significant difference? When the p-value is? Come on. When will you say there is significant difference? When the p-value is less
More
than
than
0.05.
Less than 0.5.
So you put the data in Minitab and generate the p-value. If it is less than 0.05, you can choose the option D. Otherwise, option B. Right. An university financial office, okay, polled its undergraduate students to determine if male or female more likely to obtain the summer employment. Out of 802 male student, 725 employed. Total how many male students? 802. How many got the job? 725. 725 out of 802. Is it average or proportion? 725 out of 802. Is it a proportion or not?
Proportion.
Proportion. And coming to the female, 712 female student, 573 got employed. 573 out of 72, that is another proportion.
Yes.
You want to compare the two proportion. So the hypothesis is two proportion test.
Proportion test.
Which of the following can be used to identify waste or non-value adding activities? Tell me, which tool will you use to find out the non-value adding activity? Easy question. Come on. Which one will be helpful to find out non-value adding activities? Answer is process map. What are the steps? What are the activities? Go to the activity level, write down in a sheet, then find out which is value adding, non-value adding. Homogeneity of several variances can be tested by Bartlett. In ANOVA, we use F distribution. In ANOVA, we use F distribution. In t-test, we use t-distribution. In chi-square test, we use chi-square distribution. But now the question is ANOVA. So what we use? F-distribution. Which of the following activity is value added? Please tell me. Choose. Which is value added? Setup, process, storage, inspection.
Storage.
Do you think storage is a value adding?
Process sir.
Process is value adding. Find the significance level when the characteristics value is not allowed in the extreme and beyond 1.5 standard deviation on either side. How many of you understand the question? If you understand the question, then I would like to show the answer. If you can't even understand, do you understand the question? Shall I show the answer? Find the significance level when the characteristics is not allowed beyond 1.5 standard deviation. Should I answer this question or should I leave it? Should I answer this?
Answer this question, sir.
Okay. So significance level is nothing but area beyond your G-score, area beyond your critical line. So let me go to graph. Probability distribution plot. View probability. Okay. See here, standard normal distribution. Normal 0, 1. Shaded area, both side. What is the question? Minus 1.5 on the left side, plus 1.5 on the right side. Now look at the graph. Which area is critical now? The red color area or white color area? Tell me which area is critical now? Critical is always
Red.
Red.
No, red is critical. Yes, in the traffic signal, red is critical. But now the area beyond Z score is called the critical. Here, look at the G score. 1.5 here, 1.5 here. That means the white area is the critical area. What is the red color area? 0.86. So what will be the balance then? 0.13 or 0.14. Am I right?
Yes.
0.13 or 0.14 is the zone of significance. So check in your question now. Do you find something? 13.36, do you see? 0.13 is 13%, am I right? Generally, people fix it as 5%. But in this case, how much it is fixed? 13%. Clear? Spot the value adding activity. Which is value adding here?
Option B.
Oh, spot the value adding activity. Someone machining your workpiece, filling up forms in a hospital, painting an item, packing an item. We'll have just a second. I think here, in my opinion, 2 answers seems correct. Can you tell me what is the correct answer here?
Option B. Filling function.
D, sir. Packing.
Packing, okay. Oh, packing is also correct. Okay. Then what is the non-value adding? Yeah. Sorry, I read the question wrongly. What is the non-value adding here?
Spotting non-value adding.
Filling the form in the hospital.
Yes.
Right. Very good. What statistical procedure is used to assess the statistical significance of the main effect and the interaction effect in a factorial design? ANOVA. Right? ANOVA is the tool which is used to study the main effect and interaction effect. Dash is the process of measuring the products and services against competitor. What is the tool called?
Marking.
Process of measuring your product against organization known to be leaders, not competitor, known to be leaders. That is called as
Benchmarking.
very good, benchmarking. The main objective of improve phase. To implement an appropriate solution to the problem that best suits the organization, right? That is the main objective of the improve phase. A system that deliver products or services at the correct time and in the correct quantity. What is the system called? Right time, right quantity.
Just
Just in time. Beautiful. In which situation, in which situation you will run a pilot? When reversing the solution is not possible, when solution is costlier, when you want to reduce the risk of failure. Do you think all the situation?
Yes.
In all the situation, piloting is required. In one-way ANOVA, the calculated F value is less than the table value. Then, when calculated value is less, then don't reject. Calculated value less means don't reject. And so they say, accept the hypothesis that the mean are equal. Do you understand, all of you?
Yes.
Very good. The team leader knows that the issue at the hand is controversial and might lead to heated discussion among team members. What is the best technique to be used in the situation?
Brainstorming.
Brainstorming. See here, when you are discussing a subject which is controversial to the members present, first what you should do is, you should divide the members into groups. For example, senior executives into one group, down-level operators into another group, middle-level executives into another group, and then continue with the brainstorming. If you divide the group and then conduct the brainstorming, that is called a nominal group technique. I think this is repeated. Which of the following technique can be used to generate potential solution? What is the technique you use to generate potential solution? Generation means brainstorming, creative thinking, benchmarking, and all these things. Option B, generating. Multi-voting means shortlisting. Right? Generating means, generally, idea generation is brainstorming. Variation due to assignable costs in the product occur due to faulty process, carelessness of operator, poor quality of raw material, all these reasons. What do you think? All these reasons. Very good. Okay is best defined as preventing controllable defects. Preventing controllable defects. Again, it is repeated. Okay. Which of the following is not an objective of control phase? Which of the following is not an objective of control phase? Perform the pilot and validate the solution. Do you think we do this in control phase? Piloting, when will you do?
Starting.
Starting means which phase? When are we doing piloting?
Trial.
Define
Following is not an objective control.
When will you do pilot and implementation? Define phase, measure phase, analyze phase, improve or control?
measure.
See, piloting and validating the solution. Solution we generate only in improve phase. After generating, we do the piloting, isn't it?
Okay.
So it comes in improve phase. But what is that they are asking? Which is not an objective of control phase? This actually an objective of improve phase. So this is the correct answer. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What type of variation does the process have if it is out of control? Tell me, choose the answer.
What is?
What type of variation does the process have if it is out of control? Assignable cost only, random cost only, process as assignable and chance cost. What do you think?
Random cause.
Come again? E, right?
Random.
Yes. Assignable and chance course.
Very good. D is the correct answer. Always chance cost will be there. Can you eliminate chance cost?
No.
Since the process is out of control, in addition to the chance cost, you will also have assignable cost. So option D is the correct answer. An ATM pin is getting logged after 3 unsuccessful attempts. What is this called? Is it called visual aid, Kanban, or shutdown poke or hand and caught? What is it called?
Shutdown poke, okay. Shutdown poke.
Okay. Which of the following statement are not true of control chart? They can detect trend of statistical significance. They provide an ongoing measure of process capability. They can be used to monitor input to a process parameters and the process output. They can detect special causes of variation. which of the following statement are not true?
Control chart.
Here, control chart purpose is only this. Please note. It can detect only special cause of variation. It can detect only special cause of variation. Statistical significance, we go for p-value, isn't it? And process capability, we go for CP/CPK and other measures. And of course, we only monitor the CTQ. Okay, I think the here first three are not true, and the last one is the statement which is applicable for control chart. So we complete almost majority of the questions. So anything anybody would like?